Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time zone you are tuning in or you're going to catch the replay. Welcome to another episode of our Go Live. We are ordinary healthcare professionals building an extraordinary lifestyle. So we are back again. If this is your first time seeing us, we'll introduce ourselves so you can get to know us. I will go first and then I'll let my accountability partner introduce herself as well. So, good morning, everyone. It's morning on our side, so good morning. If this is your first time seeing us here, my name is Marilyn. I am originally from Papua New Guinea. I now live here in the States with my husband and two kids. I work part time as a nurse and I also run my digital business on the side. And it will be 5 years in July. And I'm so glad that I started this journey 5 years back. And through this journey, I've met amazing people. And one of them is right here. We haven't met in person, but we've connected online. So I will let her introduce herself to you. Over to you, sis.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here. My name is John, originally from Nigeria. I live in Texas. I'm a wife, a mom, healthcare worker, and now a digital business owner. I've been in this business for 2 years. I help busy people build a profitable online income business so that they can create more time, more options, and more opportunities for their families. Thank you, host. Back to you.
Thank you, sis. So we are just ordinary healthcare professionals. We're just building an extraordinary lifestyle, and we want to share this with fellow moms or dads, working professionals. That there is more outside our 9 to 5. If you are an immigrant living abroad, you know how life is. Sometimes we get 2 to 3 jobs just to take care of our bills and other things that we need to take care of, right? But as working moms, and we are busy, we also have children. And like if you watched us last week, we shared why we decided to go the online way instead of looking for a second job, right? So today we are going to share our experience, like when we first saw this online opportunity. What did we feel like? What fears we have? What doubts we have? And how did we overcome those, right? So, like today, we know that there's a lot of online businesses out there, but some of us think, oh, it's all a scam, right? Some of us, we took a chance. But, before jumping on, we had our fears, we had our doubts, but we want to share our experience, how we overcome that, what helped us. So I will let my accountability partner here share her experience. What fears or doubts did you have about starting an online business, and what helped you overcome them? I'll let you share your experience.
Okay. Thank you, sis. That's a great question. To be honest, I had a lot of doubts in the beginning when I first saw my coach ad. I loved the message she was sharing. However, because I had never run an online business before, I kept asking myself, can I really do this? What if I fail? What will people say? What if I lost my money? Or what if I waste the time that I will put in it? I think those are normal fears that many people have when they're trying to build something new or when they're trying something new. Even with those fears, I decided to call my coach. She took time to answer all of my questions, explain how the business works, and she encouraged me. I also wonder whether I had the right skill. because I didn't have any business or marketing background. It took me some time to process these doubts, and I had an honest conversation with my spouse, who has always been a very big supporter. With what helped me overcome my fear was realizing that every successful person starts as a beginner. I reminded myself that if I never try, I would never know what was possible. Instead of letting fear make the decisions for me, I chose to stay curious, ask questions, and keep my mind open to anything. Looking back, I'm so glad I took that first step because it has opened doors I never imagined. Thank you. Back to you, host.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. And yes, we all have fears, we have doubts, but if we let the fears and doubts hold us back, then nothing is going to change. We are still going to be stuck in the same situation, whatever situation you're in, just because our fear and doubts stopped us, right? For me, when I first saw it, the first thought came to my mind was, "Oh, this is just another scam," because of my experience, right?
Mhm.
But I was curious to know, like, what is it? What are they talking about, and how are they doing it, right? Because as an immigrant living abroad, it's impossible to not have a job. You have to have
Yes, it's true. Mhm.
something to pay the bills. But when I heard what the lady was saying, she says she's her own boss, and I was like, how is she doing it? I want to know. So I reached out, and what helped me overcome the fear and the doubt is I talked to that person, and the person did not pressure me. The person, said, take your time and ask question as many times as you want. Reach out to me anytime. So I was like, okay, I can trust this person. My fear was gone, my doubts was gone, and I was like, okay, I can trust this person. And there's some good people out there. Not everything we see is bad, right? We have to try it for ourselves to see what it is, but don't just jump in
Mhm.
blindly. You got to do your own research, do things and understand first, right? So that's what I did. And um, with no business background, no experience in the online space, I I don't know what I was getting myself into, but I was willing to learn because if you want to know something, you got to learn it. You don't just jump in and say, "Oh, I want
Exactly.
to do it," right? Like you want to be a driver. You can just jump in the vehicle and say, okay, I will drive now. No, you have to learn how to drive first. You have to know the traffic rules and all of that, and know your car, like to turn the indicators on, like to turn the wipers on, the lights on. You have to know all of this before you can drive. You can just jump in and say, okay, I'm going to just drive this car. You got to learn first, right? So it's the same way. So that's our first question, our doubts and fears, and how we overcome them, right? And that brings us to our next question here. What specific factors helped you build enough trust and confidence to take the first step and join this online business? Like, I believe we shared part of it, right? What helped us build that trust and confidence? I will go first, and then I will let my sister here, share her experience here. For me, is the trust. Like I mentioned earlier, I talked to the lady that's now my coach and mentor. I spoke with her, and I talked with her, and she told me, take your time. You know, whenever you're ready, we can go to the next step. But just take your time and go through the process, and that helped me build the trust, because if this is not real, then I wouldn't be talking to a person, right? I will just talk on the phone. I mean, I will call, but no response. And they will pressure you if they are not, legit, right? This person took her time, talked with me, explained everything. And then I was like, okay, I can trust that person. Now I want to take the next step. So building trust is better than you just jump in and say, "Oh, I this is an online thing. I want to do it." But you don't know what is it. You don't know what kind of things they are doing, and you just jump in blindly. That's how, you know, people um waste their time, their energy, and their resources by jumping in blindly without, talking and understanding what really is about, what business is about, or this whatever thing you see that you want to take part in it. You have to take your time, excuse me, and build trust and confidence with that person first before you can start something of your own. So that was my experience. I'll let my sis here share hers.
Thank you so much for giving me another opportunity. For me, it came down to asking questions and doing my homework, as I called it. When I first saw this opportunity, I didn't jump in immediately. Like I said before, I reached out to my coach and asked her the question I had. She gave me her honest answer, and she never pressured me to make a decision. After that, um, I was going through some of the stuff we had discussed. Me and her had discussed already. So I have to reach back to my spouse again. Together, we decided this was an opportunity worth of pursuing. I also appreciated that there was a clear system, ongoing training, and a supportive community. I wasn't left to figure everything out on my own. There were experienced mentors and coaches who were willing to guide me every step of the way. The more I learned, the more confident I became that this was something I could do if I stayed consistent and was willing to learn. This business has helped me develop new skills, build my confidence, and step out of my comfort zone in ways I never thought was possible. Thank you so much. Back to you again.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, sis, for sharing that. And I like what you said, your coach never pressured you. It was the same for
Mhm.
me. I wasn't pressured into making a decision right away. Um, I was told that go through the free information first, understand the business. If you have any questions, reach out and I
Mhm.
will answer them for you, right? So that building trust and confidence. And I said, okay, I can work with this person, because she knows what she's talking about. She's
Mhm.
guided me, right? She never pressured me to say, take action right now or do this or do that. No, we were told to take our time. And that's what I love, that we are not here to pressure anyone. We are here sharing the information, what has helped us, and how we can help you too. So if you're a mom or a dad or any working professional watching us right now, you know, you can take your time and go through the information first, and then you can decide for yourself, because we are not going to decide for you. That
Mhm.
one is your own decision to make, your own choice. So with that, we go to our final question of the day. Before joining, um, before joining the online space, what research or due diligence did you do, and what convinced you that this was the right opportunity for you? We shared it already, but we just want to be specific on this one, right? When we
Okay.
say do your due diligence, do your research, um, when you decide to become a business owner, taking the next step is paying your one-time registration fee of 149 US dollars, right? And this 149 US dollars, it's refundable, right? Within 30 days. So in that 30 days, you will um, do your own research, your own due diligence within that 30 days. You get a series of training videos that will explain to you what our business platform is, what we offer, and how you can be a part of it. So that's your due diligence. That's what I did. And, you know, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like when we went through the free information, I was like, okay, but I want to know what is really inside. So when I came in, I was like, oh my goodness, is like a gold mine, right? You keep finding treasures, right? So I was like, wow, this is amazing. And one other thing that convinced me and say this was right for me. Number one is I am my own boss, right? And nobody's gonna make my schedule. Nobody's gonna tell me, hey, you went over on your lunch break. Lunch break is 30 minutes, but you took over 30 minutes. Or nobody's gonna tell me, oh, we need people to cover this shift. Can you come in? No, this is my own, right? So I can
No,
choose
no.
how I want to do it. So,
Mhm.
and then another one is there's no selling involved. Like we do have products, but we don't sell them physically. And I was like, wow, okay, because I hate selling. I hate selling to people, like going door knocking and hosting parties and inviting people to come and test this product out and that product. I hate doing those things. So when I found out that I don't have to sell the products physically, I said, yes, this is the right opportunity for me, and it's gonna fit right into our schedule. As our schedule is already crazy, this one will work for us. So that's what convinced me that it's the right opportunity for me and my family. Plus, there's training that I have to do on my own pace. Nobody's bossing me, like I said. So that's a plus for me. So that's I was like, I'm ready. I want to, become a business owner and own my own business. So here I am. Thank you, sis. I'll let you share yours.
Thank you. Adding to what my sister has said, before making my own decision, I took time, watched the videos, and learned as much as I could about how the business works. I wanted to understand what I would be doing, what skills I needed to learn, and whether it would be a good fit for me, for my work schedule, without taking away my family time. What convinced me was the flexibility. I could build this business around my job and my family instead of having to choose one over the other.
Mhm.
I also like that the business is not tied to one location. I can work from home, from anywhere in the world, with an internet connection, whether I'm traveling, working, or spending quality time with my family. I have the flexibility to manage my business when it fits my schedule. Most importantly, I love the opportunity to learn valuable digital skills while creating another streams of income. For me, it wasn't just about making money. It was about investing in myself and creating more options for my future. That combination of flexibility, personal growth, and opportunity gave me the confidence to get started. Thank you, host. Back to you.
Wow, I love it. I love it. It's not just about money, it's about learning new skills, right? Before starting this, we didn't have any experience in the online space, right? I mean, online business, right? We didn't have any special skills. We have no business background, no knowledge of any online business, right? But we were willing to learn, and our training system is the top.
Yes.
I would say top in the world because where
Say
can you
top
find
notch.
this anywhere, right? So
Mm,
it's like step by step. You learn at your own pace as you go. You learn how to build a website, um, create a business page. Like I know Facebook, like you can create a profile, but I didn't know that you can also have a business page, right? So we learned all of that and other skills that we learn, personal development, connection with other people. It's amazing, right? So we are happy to share this opportunity with anyone who's interested. If you're watching us and you're curious and you want to learn, we have our websites on the screens under our names. You can go to Google, type our website, and it will take you straight to where you need to go and register with your name and email address. Start with the free information, and then you can decide if this is for you or not. Like we said, we are not here to pressure anyone. There's no obligations. We're just sharing the information, right? So we have our free workshop every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Um, if you want to learn, you can join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You just have to register on our website to get the link to join us. So with that, we will close for today, our live. My sister, you have any closing remarks you want to make before we end?
yeah, I do like to encourage anyone listening to us today. No, don't let fear make your decisions for you. It's okay to have questions. It's okay to have doubts. The important thing is to stay curious. Do your research. Ask more questions and make an informed decision. That's the right thing to do. For me, taking that first step wasn't just about starting a business. It was about investing in myself, like I've said before, creating more opportunities for my family, and believing that I could build something beyond my career. You don't have to have all the answers before you begin. Every expert was once a beginner. Sometimes one decision, one conversation, or one opportunity can completely change the direction of your life. Thank you so much for having me today. I hope whatever we have shared today, our stories encourage someone who has been sitting on the fence to believe in themselves. Take that first step and see what's possible. Thank you, host. Back to you.
Thank you, sis. You said it well, and you all heard it. So if you're curious to learn, reach out to us. We'll be happy to help guide you in the right direction. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed Friday and a blessed weekend ahead. We'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.